Hi, comic book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. And it's a Monday night, and it's the price variance, and we're starting a new type of show this week. We are going to be doing. We're going to see how it goes, but what we're going to do is look at the hottest Silver Age comics of the week. Now, I don't think anybody else is doing this, Alan. I think this is something
Yeah,
we're not aware
we're
of any other channel.
we're trailblazers.
We are trailing the blaze, and we put together a list of the top 10 Silver Age sales in the last week from Heritage, and we're going to talk through these. So I'm going to share my screen. That was the last one we talked about on Alan's channel. So the first one for my channel is an Archie comic, which has sold for 312. It's one of these dodgy ones with a sort of
Yep.
innuendo cover.
I'm going to let you be the have the
Right.
honors of reading it
Okay.
for our audience.
All right. Just read this for the first time. Okay, Archie.
Yeah.
Archie, did you have any trouble rescuing me? I sure did, Betty. I had to beat off the other guys.
Yeah, isn't that a great cover? I actually have this one in my collection. This is a great book.
Yes, I think the phrase "beat off" might have meant something different.
I don't know about that. I have sometimes they try to get away with things and they have that double meaning, double entendre. So yeah, so this is a VG plus, so 4.5, and it's sold for $320. And it's a raw copy.
That's bad or good.
That's good for this book.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, this is a good sale. This is a strong sale.
What is this?
This is a book that actually I had an opportunity. Like I already have it, but there was a recent sale of it where somebody had a lot of comics. Like they had a bunch of Archies and all mixed, and I was sort of bidding it on it and hoping nobody else would notice it. And it sold for like $100-$200 because I think people noticed that that one book was mixed in.
What grade was it?
Yeah, the one that I was looking. So this was a 4 or 5 that sold.
Okay, so that's a pretty. Yeah, somebody got that for a bit of a deal then. Oh,
I wouldn't say it's a bit of a deal. The fair market value is based on nothing. There's just no prior sales.
nothing. No.
Yeah. This is not, it's a fairly rare book. If you think about it, it's like 137 on the census for this one. This is a record because it's it's the first one. And because it's not CGC'd, it won't show up on this on Go Collect census.
Yeah.
This is one of those books.
Grades. I mean, so
yeah, but if you compare it, it's not bad. If you look at a 4.0 that's sold,
yeah,
it sold for $270.
Yeah, which I think is a pretty decent price actually.
Yeah, so this sold for a little bit more than what you would expect.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So just a good sale. It shows that this is like a pretty sought after book.
Yeah. People like this type of stuff. I know people collect these innuendo covers.
Yes, the innuendo covers for Archie do extremely well. Actually, about a year or two ago, I bought all of the bikini covers too. So that's the other thing that sells really well with Archie is bikini covers, innuendo covers, and just sort of the good girl art covers do really well. So yeah, I just thought this was a really great book. I thought, maybe kind of inform the community that there are some really fun.
And I noticed that again, you put all the dodgy stuff on my channel.
This is not dodgy. This is a well-known Betty and Me actually. This is Betty and Me 20. What? Sorry, what number is it? Betty and Me 16. Yeah, 16. I had to remember.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure I'd pay 300. Oh, this is the type of comic I want to find in a mixed box.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I put it on the list,
Yeah.
because it's one that you can still find in the raw. And this
Yeah.
is a raw copy, for example.
Yeah.
But it does sell for a lot at auction pretty much every time.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nice one.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Okay. What have we got next? Oh, we got love stuff again. Yes.
Yes, this is an interesting sale. This is a 6.0, which is not a high grade. It's not like, this is like a super high grade. Now, this comic, even in mid grade, I would say, like this is a mid grade, usually sells for like $20-$30 max. Like you can check the census,
Yeah.
but the thing that's special about this book is that it is signed by Ken Bald, who is the artist.
There it is. Yeah.
I believe the signing was in
Right.
2017.
Explain to me how this gets a yellow label. I thought it had to be witnessed by CG.
Well, it was witnessed by CGC.
What, in 1968 or something?
No. So if you look at the sign, if you zoom in on the label, zoom in, zoom in. He did a signing in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, 2018. I knew it was around 2018.
He must have been about 80. I mean, so this came
No,
out.
he was in his 90s at the time.
Okay.
He's a golden age artist, actually.
Yeah.
He was the one that did the original Nomura and Submariner and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, he did a lot of the Submariner artwork back in the 40s. Yeah. So this is, he was really old. He was actually credited as being the oldest active artist. He did a variant cover, where he got in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh,
like,
you gave me a heads up about that. I got a copy.
Yeah, just a very interesting artist. He also did the first Sun Girl as well. Just a really great golden age artist. So basically, the value of this book is not the value of the book itself.
No, it's the signature.
It's the signature.
Yeah,
And
how many books, how many CGC signature series are going to be on books from 1958?
Well, so from what I can see, and I have a few from this collection, there was a huge collection of books that he had signed in that that 2018 probably Comic-Con comic convention.
Yeah.
He signed. It's just so they're I think Heritage is gradually popping them out onto the market.
Right.
But they always have strong sales because of the fact that they are interesting to get a golden age verified signature. Just and this is a silver age book in this case. So yeah, golden age artist with he did some silver age stuff too.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Not a bad cover too. I think it's kind of a fun.
It's all right. I quite like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're filling us up with romance and.
Well, we got a couple. So this one I thought was more interesting.
It's Ken Bold's signature again. Similar price. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one went for a bit more. The two books, there's nothing really different about the two books in terms of there's nothing more key about one compared to the other. This is a 10-cent issue, so it's early Silver Age. It's
signed
like
it a year earlier as well. He signed it in.
Yeah. So just a really interesting one because I think this is a really strong sale. Typically, these signed books, just so you know, they usually go for around $100 to $150.
Okay, this is a very strong sale then.
Yeah. So these are quite strong. When I bought my Golden Age Ken Bald signature book, I think I paid around $200 for it. So to see a Silver Age book sell for almost $400, that's a really strong sale.
Yeah. Is he still alive?
No, he's passed away. I think he passed away in 2019.
Okay.
Because but he was fairly active after that that book that I told you about. I think it was the annual for Invaders or something. What was it? It's not Invaders.
I bought it. What was it? It was yeah. It was
Whatever.
it was a
It was one with Nomura on it, and it had it had two different
yeah,
versions. It
it,
had sort of the modern and the
it was
Golden Age version.
Invaders. Yeah.
Was it Invaders? Maybe.
Or was it Champions or something like that? I can't remember.
Maybe it was Champions. Yes, you're right. I think it's Champions. Yes, I was trying to remember the title. But yeah, it's a great book. I have it somewhere handy, but because I don't. Whenever I recommend a book, it's usually after I bought it because I don't want to have everyone compete with
You
me.
don't want me
and buy
going
the
out
books.
and getting all the copies. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to get them first. Um, so yeah, so just a really interesting sale. As I said, it's a very strong sale because they typically go, as I said, $100 to $150, maybe 200 if it's a really nice cover. And this one, I was just a little bit surprised how much it went for.
Right. Okay. What have we got
Yeah,
next? Have we got more love and innuendo?
no more love. This one I just thought was really interesting.
And now I know
Uh,
this is
Anthro.
yes. Why do I know that? This is something
Well,
special.
he appeared first in Showcase.
That's right.
But it's not like he's a super popular character. Like I just, you know, he's
No,
kind of like, like that typical caveman character, like Turok. Not like he's not Native American or anything like that, but he is like a prehistoric character.
nice condition though.
Yeah, but it's not like a key or anything. It's Anthro number 3.
3. It's not even number 1.
No, nothing intensely special about it except for the grade.
This is
Like it's
definitely the type of thing I can come across in a bin somewhere.
well, these Anthros, I was, I've seen them in dollar bins. They're a fairly affordable book.
Yeah.
The weird thing about this
They're
is
not
it's a
usually
high
in
grade.
this sort of condition though, because they've been in.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it's rare to see it in this high grade.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the Go Collect on this one, this is a strong sale still. I think it's maybe even a one-off kind of sale. But I was a little bit surprised when I
There's only
saw this.
26. There's only 21 graded of this.
Yeah, well, because it's a dollar bin book
Oh,
normally.
exactly. Who's going to get a copy of Anthro?
Yeah, so this is a one-off sale. But just a really interesting thing. So as I said, you can pick these books up fairly cheaply normally. Like if you even look like there's a 7.5 for sale for $20. A graded book. It's that just shows you the value.
That's a bid, not a.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that was a buy it now. That'd be funny though. It just shows you that it's not really that expensive a book. I have 2 copies of the first appearance, which is in Showcase.
Well, it's here. This is the first appearance.
Showcase 74 is his first appearance.
That's an expensive book. So 9.6. That's going for nearly 800.
Yeah, but that's probably well above a fair market value because that's the eBay sale. That's eBay listing, I should say.
Yeah, sure.
And it has make an offer, so probably they'll probably sell it for like 6 something. Yeah, but the point is, I was surprised by this sale because of the fact that it is, a very affordable book normally.
That must have been.
It's not a key.
I think that's a bit odd, Alan. I think there must have been 2 people who wanted that.
That's what I'm saying. And that just, I always like these kind of interesting things where, some random book that is not a key, nothing really special about it, not something you'd, see often. How often do you see an Anthro number 3 in a 9.6? Well, very rarely. But generally,
I think I have seen this book, but
I've seen it. I've seen it personally in a dollar bin.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I've seen it as well.
So it's just I thought it was a very interesting sale. It just shows you that collectors that want to get those run fillers sometimes will pay up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just thought it was an interesting sale.
Yeah, it is interesting. Right. Our Army at War It's an
Now, this one kind of
old one.
surprised me.
It's
Um,
$960.
yeah. So, and I'll
Our
explain
Army of
why.
War 81,
Yes.
$960.
Yeah. And do you know why?
Why?
There's a little swastika on that bomb thing. That's a bomb. That's an old style bomb.
Right.
Like grenade. It's like one that has like
Oh, people
the
like,
old style grenades had like sort of a handle to them. Like they had like a head at the top, but
yeah,
then a handle. It
yeah.
wasn't just like so. The fact that that's a swastika one is makes this kind of a sought after book. I don't think there's anything else that's key about it. You can see what
Uh,
does it say?
is it Joe? Is it Joe Kubert art?
Yeah, that's another thing. But what does it say in the notes there?
It says Bob Haney story, Jerry Grandietta cover. So it's not a Joe Kubert cover.
Okay, what does the other side say?
Sergeant Rock of Easy Company appears. Last Sergeant Rock prototype.
Oh, okay. So that's kind of the key for this book as well. But this is a B1, so slight B1. B is like a semi-professional restoration. So it's ABC is the quality of the restoration.
Yeah.
So it's a but this is a strong sale. Like this is again a restored book. And if you look at the census on this one, or look at the Go
Our
Collect,
Army at War number what? 81. No,
81.
this is a crazy sale.
Oh, it actually this book normally sells for a lot.
Does it?
It's
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, it's not that crazy
It's a
where
swastika. Okay.
yeah. And I do believe that it is a prototype as well.
Oh,
So
look, somebody's even produced a Millennium edition of it.
yeah, it's actually a fairly famous cover. I was familiar with it. I thought I actually owned it. I have to check my
Look, heck, it goes for $7,000 in a 9.0.
yeah. Yeah, if you look at the 5.5s,
Nine.
yeah, so this is the recorded sale.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, wait, click on it. Let's see. Like, can you see if there's past sales as well?
One sold for
Yeah, there was a sale way back when.
4 years ago for 660. So it does sell. Yeah. Okay.
It does sell, and it's gone up. It has
Gone up
appreciated quite a lot.
Gone up 50% in 3 4 years.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. And if you compare that to what the Blue Label sells for, I think it's almost the same. That's why another reason I was a little bit surprised by this sale.
But it's sell for more.
Yeah, it sold for actually more than the fair market value of a Blue Label.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. So people really wanted this book. It just shows you that you got to know your keys.
In January, and for a Blue Label for less than
best offer. That's a best offer. It was probably like maybe 1,100 or something like that. Yeah, I'd have to check GPA, but
yeah.
But I just thought that was a really interesting one. I was familiar with this cover, but I didn't realize how much it would sell for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I actually, after finding this listing and seeing the sale, I was like, oh, this is something that's now on my radar.
If I saw that in a dollar bin, I'd have just gone straight past it.
Yeah, that's my point.
You've alerted me to it now, so I've got a good visual memory.
You got to watch out for it. Yeah, so always look for those swastika covers. They can command some pretty big money. And this is like, it is a Silver Age book. It does have a prototype character. But it also is one that, as I said, there is a fairly strong market for it. You can, if you go at eBay now, there's actually a fair number of listings for this book, and all are pretty high. Like they're all fairly expensive.
Somebody's trying to flog a 3.5 here for 695.
That's what I'm saying. I was shocked. I was like, wow, I didn't realize this was a thing.
Well, it is a thing, clearly. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So so you learn something new every day.
Say war books is not a category I collect, so I'm not up on war books. So
yeah, me either. I don't collect war books at all. So yeah, I just thought this was like a really, really strong sale. And so I thought it was a good way to put it as number one because it's just something that was
No, we've got
surprising
another
to
one.
me. Oh, do we got one more?
Yeah.
Got one more. Okay, sorry, one more. Oh, this one I thought was really interesting.
So this is the
Um,
Charlton Horror. Nine
yeah,
$960 for a nine. Well, it's a 9.8, but it's from
9/8.
68.
Isn't that awesome though? So this is Charlton horror, like Silver Age horror.
Ghostly Tales from the Haunted House.
The funny thing is I picked up like almost like a pretty good run of Ghostly Tales
Mhm.
for $10.
Yeah, of course. These are Charlton horror stuff I pick up all the time for nothing.
Yeah, but this is like these
Why is this
Charlton
one?
ones.
What's special about that? Well, it's a 9.8, but I mean,
That's what's special about it, and that's why it's on the list. So what people don't realize is Charlton's book, and part of the reason people don't really like Charlton books is the paper quality was pretty subpar.
yeah, really bad.
Yeah, so getting a 9/8 is actually a pretty big deal. It's hard to get a 9/8 in the Charlton books because the paper is just notoriously bad, and these were kind of often read to death, and how many people saved it like as a you know like a
I mean, I
perfect
picked
copy.
up some Charlton horror in reasonable condition. Some of the covers are really good. There's a couple of good cover art.
Yeah, they
Uh,
have great covers
yeah, if you can
actually.
find them in decent, because I'm collecting horror this year, Bronze Age horror. So I have picked up a number of Charlton horror stuff.
And but this shows one of the cool things that people look for in horror covers as well. It's a devil cover, and people like those kind of devil or demonic
The
covers
other
as well
trope,
for
the
horror.
other trope it's got is looking through a window.
That's true too. Yeah, sort of the Swamp Thing like
There's
thing.
loads of them with a couple of kids looking through a window at a horrific scene, and
Yeah, yeah,
there's
yeah.
yeah.
So let's quickly look at the go collect for this one.
So which is Ghostly Tales one? Well, with Ghostly Tales four, what number is it? 69.
69. Nothing key about it.
No,
Um, but just a high grade horror book from 1969. Now it is interesting that they like I'm not sure, because it is comic code. The fact that there is a devil on it is a bit
no,
of a
it's
big deal.
Ditko. I didn't even spot it was Ditko. I should have done.
Yeah. That is that's he's a very collectible artist. But the fact that there's a devil on a like a coded book is a big deal. But actually you can see that there's a 9/2 for 160 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I think this is a one-off sale too, if you click on it.
Well, what was it? A 9.8? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just a one-off sale.
Yeah, there won't be any others. There's only one on the census.
Yeah, because these are usually again, these
Nobody
are
in their right mind would get a Ghostly Tales slabbed unless they thought it was a 9.8.
exactly, or at least a high grade. But I just thought this was really interesting because it's a very low census count because nobody bothers getting these graded.
Yeah.
They're usually
Why
very
I'm picking
affordable
these
books.
up. I think Bronze Age horror is a good time to pick up Bronze Age horror.
Well, this is Silver Age horror.
Oh, sorry, silver. Well, all right, Bronze Age silver. Yes, it is. It's on
Yeah, but you're right. Bronze Age, I agree.
68.
Yeah. But yeah, this is Bronze Age horror. Like right now, it's kind of becoming expensive. I've seen the prices kind of going up for Bronze Age horror a bit. Um, because people are kind of like speculating on what was that Werewolf by Night?
Yeah, yeah.
It kind of that little movie that they produced or like it wasn't a series, it was just that one-off um movie kind of thing. It did well. People
Yeah,
liked it.
yeah.
And there was a lot of talk that Marvel was going to explore that horror genre.
Well,
Um,
they're retrenching at the moment, working out what to do, aren't they?
yeah, they're a bit of a mess right now, but um, yeah, there's a lot of people speculating on Bronze Age horror right now. But this is interesting because it's Silver Age horror. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, yes, okay. Technically, it is because it's pre-70, but it's around that sort of era.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, when I say I'm collecting Bronze Age horror, that, I sort of stretch down to anything from 1960s through to about 1975, 78.
yeah, yeah. That's a good range. So,
Um,
what did you think of this list?
really interesting. Some really good discussion topics there. I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm not seeing any of these on anybody else's lists.
no, you will not see these on anyone else's list. I had to do a fair amount of research, like picking each book,
Yeah.
even though it's from one heritage auction. I spent a fair amount of time kind of pulling ones that I thought were really
Yeah,
interesting.
no, that was a good list, Alan. Well done. It's a good list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
have you
yeah,
seen the Across the Spider-Verse movie yet?
not yet. Well, we gotta end this video first, and then we can
Oh,
have that discussion in a future video, maybe.
maybe we
See?
can. Hang on a minute and stop sharing. Right, there we go.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So comic book fans, there's our new feature. We're going to repeat this. I think that was quite good. But if you enjoyed it, put comments below so we know that you want to see these again. Um, and yeah, so that's your lot. See you again soon. Thanks, Alan.
Bye for now.